I am back. I know that I've just done my new show, but it did not go very well due to the fact of the internet problem. But what I've done now is I've connected you to somebody else's internet, which usually tends to be quite good. So we're going to go for the news again, a whole lot more better. And also I've already gone for it once, so it will be a whole lot more better because I already know what I'm doing. So we're going to go for it. I understand that there might not be as many people because nobody knows I'm actually going live, and I understand the fact of that it's not at 6:30 like I usually promise. But it won't matter because of people will watch it later, and anyway I don't care because I want to just show it to you all and just just give you this news story with good internet, because I've had a lot of comments saying people said it was bad, and I know I've said it's out of pass, but we are going to get it sorted. We did actually ring free, which is who with, but they said that the fact of somebody's behind me told us a hello. Somebody they said about the fact that no opening inside these opening hours, so we're going to have to call them tomorrow, and we're going to get it properly sorted, try and see who else we can go with, and we're going to sort it out. But I'm going to go for all the news with you again, but obviously hopefully a lot of you won't know this news, and also it's going to be different because of I am going to present it a whole lot better, and also there's two news stories that you didn't see. There's two stories that you didn't see about that we didn't do, so I'm going to show you them as well. Now we're going to change it up a bit, so we're going to start with quite a cheery one, which will be Paddy McGuinness. Now you all probably know him, he's quite famous, isn't he? He's like a TV presenter, and he's also a comedian, isn't he? Now this is his social media account. He has 1,000,000.1 followers.
I think he has 2.1 million.
Oh, sorry, I read that wrong.
He's just knocked 1 million followers off him.
Well, it's just 1 million, isn't it? What does that matter?
Poor Paddy.
Yes, he's got 1 million followers. Who is it? I'm just trying to. Oh yeah, I recognise him now. So yeah, I just had to check who he was because I just saw a post because somebody see it was on like another social media account, so I had to see that, and then I just realised who he is. You probably won't be able to recognise him from there, but that's who he is if you don't know him. But yeah, I'll just zoom in there. So he's got 2,000,000.1 followers. So he's got quite a fair following. If you want to all follow me in there, then come on. Now what he's done is he's done this post asking people, we need to settle this once and for all. He says about the debate of tea, which is better, tea or Lancashire tea. So you probably all know about Yorkshire tea, but there is a chance you don't know about Lancashire tea. Now, if you don't also know, Lancashire and North Yorkshire, well, Yorkshire on the border, aren't they? We happen to be on the border, so we know all this. And also, if you don't know, Lancashire is the red rose, and Yorkshire is the white rose. Which, if you don't also know, that it was it used to be a war, like sort of it was back in the olden days. There's quite a lot going on there, and what it is basically he's also said white versus red. And if you can see on the post, they've got a red rose there, and then they've got like white writing, so I feel like I think there's also got like some form of crest there as well. So they also are saying about that, and it's just you can see, look, the difference and stuff. But what my question is to you people is, which is better, Lancashire tea or Yorkshire tea? Now, I don't think Tracy's tuned in. I tried to ring her to tell her to tune in, but she said it was Yorkshire tea. So I want to know yours. So that's the only one I can remember. But if you can tell me which is your favourite, then please do. And so yeah. That's really all I want to know is your favourite. I mean, we've talked about this before. You've had like Yorkshire tea, haven't you?
I've had Yorkshire tea. I think Yorkshire tea. I don't drink tea now because it gives me heartburn. I have fruit teas, but
herbal tea.
Before I did drink Yorkshire tea, and it is really nice. And I don't believe I've had Lancashire tea. I don't think
I feel like, Yorkshire tea is a whole lot more, well advertised. Your adverts of it. Have you ever seen an advert of Lancashire tea?
Have I?
Well, I'm asking everybody, really.
I don't think I have. No.
No, but I feel like seeing the picture, I can picture there being Lancashire tea. And I feel like if I went to a shop, it will be there, but I completely blank it ordinarily.
I like your picture.
I think Neville's just put Lancashire tea.
I like your picture on your front picture because I've just come in now and she's ripped all
Yeah, okay,
she was so annoyed.
Right,
she ripped all the news.
I was so annoyed my news show went wrong. I ripped my news, so just before we went back on air again, I had to tape it together. I had one page, it was alright. This page was alright because I haven't done these stories, so I thought I'd save that for next week, right? But if you can see on these pages, they're all ripped, so I had to tape them back together. And meanwhile, I was doing that, I was calling Tracy to tell her to do the news, but she's not answering. I don't know what she's doing.
So I tried ringing 3. They made me go through the whole thing on an automated thing, and then they said, please ring back tomorrow when I've gone it through. And she goes, right, I'm borrowing the neighbour's internet and I'm off. So back on again. So I'm gonna get 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm on to 3, and I'm gonna get changed.
I don't think think I said, but that's the reason why I'm inside my kitchen.
You're not gonna get a quick bake.
No, though I did. Now this is a bit flat due to the fact of I didn't mix it well, but if you can see it all, what I did was today, I know this is nothing to do in the news, but I'm going to talk to you about it anyway. What I did was today, because we eat this cake quite often, we have about 4 slices a day, because if Mummy has 2, I have 2. Really much our slices.
Mine are much smaller than hers, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, but to be fair, since I'm a child, then usually they eat a lot of sugar, right? And there is not hardly any sugar in this, so actually I'm doing exceptionally well. But yes, I made 2 and I froze one of them. So I made one and then I frozen that and then I made this one. This one turned out a bit more different. I don't think I mixed it enough, but I'm sure it'll taste the same. It's just not risen enough. But
should we because you've changed the news and it's all been messed up anyway, and you've just said about that, should we show Neville's?
Yes.
You were going to be at the end, Neville, but because she's just gone on to that cake, are you ready?
So I've got some inside the freezer, by the way. Just going to finish that sentence. So Neville, if you don't know, he tends to, if I do a baking video, he tends to bake it, and he's done exceptionally well inside the past. And this is another one he's done. So I'm going to show you a picture of it. So this is I did I'll show you while I'm talking. This is Neville's. And
look at that.
Yeah, look at it. He just looks like this. I mean, he's just pretty much mastered how I did. It looks exactly the same.
Wonderful.
But
Well
he's
done,
got a bit
Neville.
more sauce there. He's sauce. Look, actually, look at that sauce. There's no egg in there, is there?
It's probably done better than us.
There's no egg in there. I feel like unless he has a really good knife, I feel like his slice looks a bit more different. Looks a bit more thinly cut.
I don't know. Maybe the angle of his camera.
No, I feel like he probably have a good knife.
I think Neville's got a good knife. Neville, have you got a good knife?
He's got a big slice there, hasn't he? I feel like that's a bit different. There is.
I think that looks pretty
Yeah.
damn good for the first. I think that looks pretty damn good.
He's
I
trying
think
with
he's
the
done a
harvest,
really good
but
job.
I don't mean to slag it off, but he's not as good as ours.
He got it from the charity. I couldn't read all your email because we were racing to get on, Neville, so I just got what I could out of it and I'll go back and read it. But I think he got it from a charity shop.
Oh, right. Just makes
But I
sense.
just didn't have
Underneath
chance to read it all.
Underneath this, there is this pattern. That's egg. I don't know what else to get in there. Yeah, that's the egg. I'm going to move that cake now. But yeah, if you want to see bake that cake, then it is an award-winning cake. I won a competition with it. Well,
She came third.
I came third. But anyway, we want to talk about that really.
Should I do some comments?
We finished one more sentence.
Alright, sorry.
If you want to bake that cake, there is a live of it when I did it just about a few days ago, really. So you can go watch that. Anyway, carry on.
Right, GCR supporter. Hi, Matilda.
Hello.
Neville. Hi, Matilda.
Hello.
Sorry about the news. This is much better.
Yes. Yeah.
Riley's Rambles. You see, you wouldn't have got Riley's Rambles before. You didn't get Riley. No.
No.
So
Why? Why is it? Because it's late.
yeah, it's like.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a good thing, really.
So it was nobody could get on, obviously, could they? Because it was so bad. So Riley's Rambles, evening Matilda and Mum, and also says Yorkshire tea is okay. Never heard of it. Yeah, so there you go. Never heard of Lancashire tea.
I mean, I suppose we live in Lancashire.
And he gets
Yorkshire,
about. He goes
so...
everywhere.
Oh right. Yeah,
So he rambles, doesn't he? So he goes, we've seen his videos. He
Yeah,
goes
we do.
everywhere.
Yeah, good
so if
videos.
he hasn't seen it, well, there you go.
Yeah. Go watch them. They're good.
And Neville says he's proud of his effort, and yet he's tasted as good as it looked.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
just looked. It
And
looked
it's one of the
honestly.
things about the baking shows is you never actually taste them, do you? You always have to judge it by the look, don't you?
Yeah. So you've done well there, Neville. Proud of you. Well done.
Yeah. Well. I'm gonna skip the other news story. I'm gonna get to at some point, but I just want to stick on the high ones and go low. Well, actually, I haven't really got that many low ones at all, really. But anyway, now actually, if you must think of it going low, this is actually quite a low one. I don't know why I've done this one, but anyway, here we go. Funerals, right? You obviously have a lot of flowers in them. It's like funerals and weddings. I know they're completely different, really, but they actually are quite similar, aren't they? You've got to have a buffet. You have a bar. You've got to, have a carriage to get there, a ceremony. They are actually quite similar, really. And you also have a hell of a lot of flowers. Now, what some people have done, they've actually sold their flowers that they've just used on Vinted. Now, if you don't know what Vinted is, it's a marketplace for I suppose many things, but mainly clothes. It's a bit like eBay, but at the same time not really. But anyway, she's showing some pictures now, and I'll show you a few. What they've done is people have actually started selling their funeral flowers. So you imagine you've just had a funeral, and then they go sell them, which they're just like normal people just selling them. And it's things like, as you can see here, like that says Dad, doesn't it? And it has like your flowers and stuff. So it's also vases and just displays. I think it's also real flowers and fake flowers. But I not only am I just said in the story to you, but I want to know would you be happy if your family sold your funeral flowers, and would you do it yourself? I mean, I don't. There's a few arguments to this. There's respect side to it, I suppose, of respect to and then there's also the side of
cost of living crisis.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's what they're claiming is the fact of cost of living.
Recycling.
Yeah, well, it's recycling, cost of living, all that stuff. Because at first you're not throwing it away. It's getting another stuff. I mean, yes, you throw it away somewhere, but it's getting another life. Because also all these flowers have been grown and they're only getting used once, or all these flowers have been made. And then the other argument is that it's cheaper because if not only somebody, because I think the person that some people have sold it said that these flowers cost me £900 or something, which is obviously nearly £1,000. Which is a lot of flowers for one ceremony. So I suppose you could say by that, and also I suppose it's getting money back, isn't it? But I suppose you could say it's that point, the fact of it's reusing it, isn't it? But I want to know your opinion. Like I said, would you be happy if somebody did that for you, and would you do it yourself, and what do you think of it, really?
I don't think I'd do it myself, but I wouldn't mind if you and Billy sold mine. It really wouldn't bother me. It really wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me in the slightest. I just think it's like recycling, and if somebody else that perhaps couldn't afford to get really good flowers has got the opportunity to get really good flowers, so I don't see there's anything wrong with it.
I feel like vintage isn't really placed. I feel like somewhere like eBay. I don't know if it's just my mental thing that I can't get past that vintage should not do anything but clothes.
What annoys me is that I said on the last thing is that when I put my Sir Nigel Grizzly print on, they didn't allow that, and that's what annoys me. Why would they not allow that, but they'll allow second-hand funeral flowers? But that's it. But it wouldn't bother me.
It's quite big objects, though, isn't it? The thing is, it's again about vintage. I always feel like it's small objects, not big objects. Like I feel like it's an eBay thing.
I think it's a funny thing to put on.
I also feel like they should not just be eBay. I feel like if it carries on, I feel like they should have a website or something they didn't go to, or a Facebook sort of thing as well. It's sort of a Facebook thing where you go and you say, right, I need some second-hand flowers, or do people rent the flowers out? Because that's
they do. There is a place, yeah. They rent them out, yeah.
Why didn't you go there then?
Well, I don't suppose everybody would. I suppose it's people have bought them and then they just think, oh well, that I don't want to throw them away, which you can understand, I suppose.
To be honest with you, I mean, I don't want to sound a bit rude here, but I don't know why you get flowers of saying the word mum or dad.
Well, because it's their mum or dad.
I know, but I just feel like you should have the name or something.
Oh no, because you wouldn't. If it was your mum or dad, would you? Just show them the name.
I suppose it's easier to share as well.
But if the children, they won't call them the name, would they? They call them mum or dad.
I suppose so. I suppose.
And it's generally the children, obviously, that do the funeral, isn't it? So they're paying for it and everything. But they would put that, wouldn't they?
I suppose so. I just thought it was a bit weird.
But yeah, I'm not bothered. If you want to sell mine.
It's not going to happen, don't worry. Anyway, moving on. Lancaster Guardian, I'd just like to say thank you to Lancaster Guardian for letting me use these photos I'm going to show you. Now, what's happened is the Lancaster Guardian have done this article about the M6. So if you remember, well, everybody should know what the M6 is, really. It's quite a big famous road because it connects, like, the down south to up north, so your Lancaster, Manchester sort of area, and you also like Carlisle, I suppose, as well. So this particular stretch is about 34 miles long, and these pictures are showing of when it was made, and it's quite impressive to see because obviously it's not like a modern thing. I mean, I know nowadays you'd think it's modern, but it's actually built quite a bit ago. No, I don't actually have the date. I'm sorry, I don't. I just couldn't find it. But there is I'm sure somebody, if you can find it, tell me when it was made. I'm sure it's probably actually quite an easy thing to do. But I'm going to show you everything else about it. It actually cost, I'm just waiting for the photos, but I'll just tell you a bit about it first. It actually cost £30 million to make, and it took, counting planning and also building, it took 11 years. So I'm going to show you these photos now. So this is the first one. Now, as you can see, this is a road. Now, this is the day of opening, and you can see that these are the vehicles are road sweepers.
It says there that it was opened by Dr. Charles Hill MP on April the 11th, 1960.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Where's that?
There.
April 11th, 1960. Oh,
yeah.
It's not actually old, really.
Well, it's fairly old.
Do you really think that should be black and white back then?
Well, yeah.
1960s?
Well, yeah.
Nah, I think they should have gone colour then.
Well, at least they got the photograph. Somebody's at least bothered to take it.
I feel like it should have been colour. But this is them finishing and just like sort of walking down, so two builders. Now, if you see these pictures, there's not many builders really. Now, I want your opinion. back then, was things better? Because I think things were better, don't you?
You don't see any diggers or anything, actually.
No, like, look at this, right? There's 4 people doing that
There's
bridge.
4 men with some shovels shoveling away.
I know, a bit of scaffolding. Like, you know...
And there's no safety on the side or anything. It's to show them some bit. You're looking at the picture so they can't see it. There's no scaffolding on the side of the bridge. They're just pottering about.
Well, it probably didn't even fall off, you know.
No,
I mean, I understand that there will have been a few deaths, but I suppose back then again, they won't have had the same health, so I suppose some of them might have had problems then with that. But I mean, also one of the funny things is, look at that road sign. It looks exactly the same. I mean, I don't know if people know, but if you watch the news before, I have actually been on the M6 today, and that sign just looks exactly the same.
It does.
I mean, it just looks no different. So it was only 1960s. I mean, some of them nowadays have a few spray paint on them. But this bridge here, I mean, not bridge, like road. I went on that today, and I know that went very well. And you can see there as well. There. And that's like a river thing. It's all still there. But I was also discussing the fact of that this bit probably is smaller now.
Yes, but I think what happened is that's flattened it. So where you're seeing now is that's like the gravel underneath, and they've just concreted or tarmacked there. So they're going to be tarmacking over there. It's a work in progress, isn't it? That bit that you've seen that's dark just isn't the centre reservation, is it? It's going to get wider. But you just keep looking at that and not letting them look at it.
I was looking for a second. I'm moving the next picture. Oh, no, that's it. But I mean, obviously that we won't be saying concrete, 'cause I suppose they'll have redone it by now. But I mean, it's just quite impressive to think the fact of that road. I mean, everybody goes down the M6, right? You know, it's quite impressive to say the fact of that it's been, that's what it used to look like. It was just all been built.
Neville says he remembers it being built.
Oh, 19, yeah.
So, tell them about the Lancaster Guardian, though, the other 17 photographs.
Oh yeah, so there's if you search up Lancaster Guardian, it might probably come up, or just everyone had a bit more, you know, M6 article. And what I've done is shared these photos of it, and you can look into a bit more of the facts and details if you want to. And I'd just like to say thank you to Lancaster Guardian again for letting me use
It's honestly a really good article. It's really interesting, and they've done a good job on it. And as I say, there's 17 photos, so you can see some more photos and see those ones that showing you clearly.
And Grim Reaper says, have you seen the famous picture of the steel erectors in New York having lunch sitting on the beach?
Oh, yes.
It's very famous as that. We were in a pub, weren't we, the other week, about a year ago, and they had it on there, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, you've seen it.
Oh, no, I know it, but I mean, I didn't know it was a pub. Yeah, I know it. I can't remember. I feel like somebody recreated it. I mean, I suppose many people recreated it. I actually considered recreating it myself, so if you happen to
God, well, don't be up there filming it.
Have either a green screen and really good editing, or a big building with that hanging off it, then I'd like to recreate it. But yeah, anyway, I think we should do the crossing, or maybe we should do a different one. Alright, I'm going to move on to a bit serious, and then we're going to go back to a different one. But this one, it's not, I mean, there is a bit of discussion about it, but it's just sort of making awareness of this topic, really. Now, police in this sort of, you know, is it sort of at Lancashire?
Lancashire Police.
There happens to be a lot of Lancashire news here. But
Lancashire Police, and it's Chorley area, schools in Chorley.
So what they're saying is about the fact of the children vaping, which obviously, I don't know if you know, but I mean, I know, but I mean, a lot of kids do vape. And what they're saying is that lately there's been some contaminated vapes, and it has already had a case of it. And what these contaminated vapes do is they can make the kids dizzy, or they can make them heart palpitations, or it can even one case has actually made somebody momentarily be, what do you call it?
Lose consciousness.
So it's quite a horrific thing, and obviously vapes you have to be plus 18, and a lot of people have been ignoring that and actually selling them different from 18-year-olds.
So the police said this is the second time Lancashire Police have had to put out a concern, and the first time it was these vapes have been contaminated with drugs in the Morecambe and Lancaster area. So he just thought it was a good article for warning parents that it's quite serious, obviously, with children going unconscious. They don't know what are in these vapes. They're unregulated, and they're very, very dangerous. And
And
it's happening in Chorley in West Lancashire.
I was looking a bit into it, and apparently, like, according to some survey, I wasn't too sure what it was, but it was apparently 1 in 4 children vape in high schools. And I was saying about the fact of, you know, to be aware of it, because a lot of people say, you know, like, oh, my kid wouldn't do it, but sometimes, you know, you have to.
No, they
think
get
ahead.
pressured into it, but
Yeah, it's
even ones that are doing it, or the parents know they are vaping.
oh yeah, I
They
know a
don't.
lot
The
of
parents
people
don't
that,
know that they've got these ones that
the
are
parents
so
know
dangerous.
that know that the kid is vaping and are fine with it. It's like, but yeah.
So they need to know. You know, they need to be aware that they've got these contaminated vapes that are unregulated, and obviously the heart palpitations, dizziness, and unconsciousness. It's really serious, isn't it? So it's terrifying.
And also, obviously, growing up, you just, you know.
And if they're putting one drug in, they'll put more drugs in.
Exactly. Yeah. What's my other story? Yeah. So now, moving on to a completely different story. What's and you're gonna get the video.
Oh, video.
Now,
sorry.
what's happened is, what's the town called? I only just found this literally before I went.
Blakedown Station in Worcestershire.
Blakedown Station in Worcestershire, wherever that is. It's down south or somewhere. And now I'm going to show you a video, and it's quite a shocking video because it shows a man going. You know when you go to these places and they have the thing where they have the flashing lights and they go down, saying trains coming, then you can, and once they go up
A railway
again.
crossing.
Yeah. Then you can drive past and walk past. Well, this man has sort of broken the rules, and he has gone past when a train's coming out. I'm just telling you so you get an idea a bit more. But I'm going to show you the proper video
Yeah,
now.
side,
There's no
isn't it?
sound
Bigger.
to it. There's no sound to it, but you can still get the idea. It's just on a security camera, so there won't be any sound. But you can get the idea. So I'm just going to get the video for you. I just accidentally swiped it off. But here we go.
I got it.
Inside a second. There we go. Right, found it. Here you go. So here's the video. There you go. So the man's gonna be somewhere. I'll just play it. So the man
You can
is.
see him up there.
Yeah, he's there. So he's walking his dog, right? And
He
he's
rams his dog through the barrier.
yeah, crosses this track, and he gets to the other side of the barrier. And you might think, "Where's the train?" Or just wait a second, and you will understand. Now the station's up the road. So and then if you look, wait for it. There's the train. It's having to brake. And he also, as you can see, he waved his hand. He's obviously saying to the drivers, or stop beeping, because I would presume that they're beeping,
Yeah.
and saying something, and he's just like, go away. But, I mean, that train has had to stop, and that's obviously just a normal, you know, passenger train. And he's had to do emergency stop, which obviously is not, it obviously has impact, doesn't it? Like, you obviously got people in there, so it's shaken, isn't it? And it's emergency, and also the person's, the driver thinking, oh my God! You know, like...
Well, they're down. The gates are down for sort of kind of a reason, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, what's it say? Say that
Between April and October.
Between April and October, there have been 2,981 near misses of this, and it's risen from to 31 from 2022.
Well, it's increased 31% from 2022, so they're getting more incidents of people crossing the track, which is mental.
It's the vaping.
Vaping, yeah. There's all those vapors.
But I mean, you don't do that. And I mean, it's pretty bad. I mean, he just obviously. I mean, I can understand if you're trying to get away from somebody's trying to attack you, or something like that. But he's just perfectly walking his dog quite happily.
Yeah, arriving his dog.
You know, it's not like one of those movie things where you're trying to get away from the police and you're some bad guy and then you just quickly go past, because nowadays you have barriers. But
No, he's just on his dog walk.
yeah.
Well, I think the reception was better with that.
Yes. Thank you for Yeah, there's nothing else I need to do. No, thank you for watching this. Don't forget, next week it's going to be at on a Sunday at 6:30 on a Sunday next week. So it's not a Saturday. It's just going to be on Sunday. I've got a show, so I can't do it. But it's going to be on that day, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the connection will be all right. If it isn't, I'll come back in here, set it up a bit more better, and I'll get it done properly. And it will be done properly because we need the internet ourselves. You know, we're going to get sorted, and we're going to hopefully, all fingers crossed, be fine. So thank you for watching this, and I'll see you all later. And do not forget, Sunday at 6:30. And thank you again.
And can you say hi to Harry before we go?
Hi, Harry.
So hi Harry, and bye Harry.
Bye.
And thank you very
Bye.
much for everybody for watching,
Thank
and see you next week on Sunday. And thank you for coming back
Yeah, thank you.
for,
for coming
after
back.
the disastrous
Yes, sorry.
first time. And bye Grim Reaper.
Bye.
Bye Neville.
Bye.
Bye all the rest. And
Bye.
thank you.
See ya.
Bye.